All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash, that my honor as a pastor of great meals on the tongue of truth and rule well. Peace, blessing, and salutation, Akim out there, scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth, that's serving the truth, not true sincerity. So I say Shalom. That's the burden of bother, continue the video in the spirit. And the top of this video is going to be about, as you can see on the screen, it says National Guard troops arrive on D.C. streets to execute Trump's anti-crime order, So basically this is Trump deploying the National Guard. And as you can read, this happened last week, So when I'm going to read, down here it says, according to reports, National Guard troops arrived at D.C.'s Armory on Tuesday to begin fulfilling President Donald Trump's order to combat crime in the nation's capital. So this happened last week. It says, dressed in military uniforms, the soldiers entered the D.C. National Guard headquarters east of the U.S. Capitol as a part of a mobilization of roughly 800 troops the Army activated Monday to support law enforcement. Yeah. So what is this going into? This showing that we're entering into the time where martial law is going to be implemented. And we've seen that, through Esau's predictive programming. Bushwick, that was a movie that came out, I think, a few years ago, show when martial law was implemented. You had the movie Civil War, that came out, I think, last year, shows how had martial law because the president declared martial law. And now we've seen these things coming to the forefront, So, and this is only the beginning. They started here in Washington, D.C., but I'm pretty sure it's going to spread to other states as well, because the crime continues to be on a rise, they're gonna bring in these troops, to help combat this crime, Then also, E is a master of order out chaos as creating a chaos or creating a problem, then coming a solution later down the road. A lot of these crimes that we see happening are being set up by E. E is setting these things up so he can do things which he's doing now by bringing in the National Guard so he can declare martial law, man. This all goes into E getting ready to bring in their NWO system. So I'm going to grab this. This is Revelations 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. Yeah, he's coming down with that great wrath because Esau knows that he has a short time. He knows that his kingdom has come to an end. He knows that his rulership is close to being over. So he's coming down with that great wrath because he wants to fulfill his enterprise, and he think he's going to be able to fulfill his enterprise. He think he's going to fully be able to implement his NWO system. That he's going to have the MOTB out here and make it mandatory and be able to put it inside of everyone in the whole world. This is what E is planning to do and wants to be able to accomplish. But like the movie War of the Worlds, what was it called? It was this the system called Goliath. When Goliath came up, then what happened right after? The aliens came. And even when they go into it in the movie, they knew that once they implemented that system, that would attract the aliens. Same thing with in this world, in the real world. He knows when the MOTB is made mandatory, when World War III jumps up, when certain things happen, that it's getting closer to Yahweh Shah returns. Esau knows this. They know that their kingdom is about to fall, but they're not about to let it go easily. They're about to fight for it. They think that doing things like implementing the MOTB is gonna offset the prophecy, because they think if they're able to get rid of Israel, in a sense, like they're able to put the sea hip inside of Israel, then it's going to offset the prophecy. Because the scriptures talk about if Israel can be numbered or if Israel can be cut off, then the Lord, will, basically he would offset the prophecy. But it's not going to happen because Israel is scattered. That's why he's going to do stuff like create martial law, where he's going to be able to come up and just grab people up and throw you in a concentration camp and put you through these tribulations, man. Where either you going to conform to him or he's going to just take you out completely. You think doing these things is going to stop the prophecy from happening. It's going to be able to prevent Yahushua from returning or prevent Israel from inheriting the promises. But he's not. Like it says over here real quick. This is Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Yes. The Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, has determined the days of Esau, man. He set bounds that he cannot pass. Esau is only going to be allowed to only fulfill a certain amount of his plan. He's not going to be able to get that total control over the whole world that he thinks he's going to be able to do. Because like it says in Job, I believe it's 5. Come over here real quick. This is Job 5:12. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Yeah. The Lord is going to disappoint their devices where they cannot perform their enterprise, man. They're going to get close. The Lord is going to allow them to get real close, but they're not going to fully be able to carry it all the way through because Yahushua is going to return and intervene. So, hold on, Baba Shah. Yeah, I'm going to grab this because these are the times that we're entering into. The second verse is 15, and I'm going to start at 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. Yeah. When these things really start ramping up, these people out here in the world are not going to just lay down and take it, man. It says, for there should be sedition among men, and invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah. That's the times we're coming into. People are not just going to lay down and let these things happen. They're not going to guard their kings or princes, the ones in those power seats, the governors, the mayors, man. Even the president. When he really implements martial law, you seen it in Bushwick. People were fighting back. They were shooting back. So these are the time we're going to come to. People are going to fight back. But the thing is, they're not going to be able to prevail because he don't want to take no prisoners anyway, man. He wants to take you out completely. So you fighting back is going to help him forward his agenda even more, Which is going to start with troops, but they've been slowly showing you their other technology with these robots, man. You're gonna have robot dogs out here on the streets, man, just gunning you down because they're gonna be programmed to kill, man. Ain't no robot gonna take you into custody. Ain't no robot gonna come to arrest you. It's gonna come to blow you up. So on all these things happening, people gonna continue to fight back, but then what? People gonna try to go into hiding, but it's gonna be nowhere for you to hide, man. Because if it's meant for you to get grabbed up, you're gonna get grabbed up. If it's meant for you to be taken out, you're gonna be taken out. The only one that's gonna be preserved in these times is gonna be the elect, man. But yeah, you got some people that's gonna be reserved ultimately for the ultimate judgment of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. It's gonna come with them thermonuclear destructions as well as with the laser beams when Yahushua returns. Verse 17 says, a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. Yeah. They're going to shut down these cities, man. You're not going to be able to leave out of the outskirts of your city. You're going to be able to travel a certain distance, and that's it. These are the times that we're living in, man, where these things are about to be happening. People didn't think that these things were actually going to come to pass, but they are. The words of the Heavenly Father have to come to pass because prophecy has to be fulfilled. The Lord is not a liar. So if the Lord said these things are going to happen, they're going to happen. We're just waiting on it to happen, and we're just bringing it out to the masses, giving you that warning like we're supposed to do. But once these things are here, that's it. And whatever it is that you was doing with your time, that's on you. Because we out here, the prophets are back out here on the scene, giving the warning to our people, man, to the whole world, but giving the warning especially to our people, to the Israelites, man, telling them to wake up, telling them to prepare themselves for these things get ready to come. And how do you prepare yourself? By arming yourself with this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, because that's all we gonna have, and that's all we need is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, as well as having faith in Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, to come serve the Lord. Serving the Lord will be your best interest. But you got a lot of our people who don't want to serve the Lord because what? They think this shit is a game out here. You see what's going on with the Northern Kingdom, that this shit is not a game. It's coming to the Southern Kingdom very soon, man. Like it says in that Genesis 49. Jake is going to be roused up. The brother said it was going to take Jake to be roused up. Esau coming down with that great wrath, man. Really, really forcing Jake in these hard predicaments, taking away Section 8, taking away your food stamps, man, taking away your jobs, making you have to conform to his way of living. That's what's going to make Jake get roused up and really start out here acting a nut. But that's what E wants, because once you do that, then he can fully start showing his horns. He's showing them now, but he can fully show you the real devil that he is. So let me grab this. This is Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Yeah. Says it's the time of Jacob's trouble, man. It's gonna be a bad time for Jake, man. Not just Northern Kingdom, not just for all Jake, for all Israelites, for all Negroes, Latino, and Native Americans. It's gonna be trouble for all Jake, even for Jake that know that they're Israelites, man. We're all going to feel it, but he that's gonna be saved out of it is gonna be the elect, man. The ones out here that's out here doing the Lord's will, you know. That's part of that number. Yahweh Razah, we are part of that number, man. Because the elect is going to serve the Lord. The elect is going to turn to the Lord. The elect is going to stand stiffly for the names of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. You know, the elect is going to endure all the way into the end, man. That's what the elect going to do. So we're hoping to be a part of that. Because what? Brothers don't want to die in this place. Okay? It would be a good thing for brothers to die for righteousness' sake, but brothers don't want to partake in that ultimate destruction that's coming to this place. We understand that we're going to go through things. We understand that we're going to be tried. We're going to have tribulations. The scriptures talk about that. Acts 14:22. Acts 14:22. Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom. We're going to go through a lot. That goes with serving the Lord. When you go to Sirach 2, it says when you come serve the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. We have to be tried. But Yahweh Razah, we are those men that's going to endure all the way to the end for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, so we can receive that reward. So these things that are being set up is what? It's for the wicked of our people, man. It's to try us too, but it's for the wicked of our people, so that for them to catch their judgment, and he's using E to do so. This is 2nd Ezra 16. And verse 17, it says, "For there should be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They should be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Yeah, for they shall lay waste, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. It says, then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. Yeah. So all these things are going to be happening. Insurrection, you know. Esau's going to be like madman sparing none. Spoiling and destroying you, man. Cast them out of their houses. He's going to come. He's going to come door to door, knocking. To come grab us up, because ultimately that's who he's coming up. That's who he's coming against. The Israelites, man. That's who he's coming for. But the men of the Lord, the men that are out there on the highways and byways, man, doing this work. We're the greatest threat to this man's society, so he's coming up against us, but he's going to come up against all Jake, man. All Jake is going to feel it. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble, man. Jacob is our forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. So all of Jake is going to feel it. But it says, then shall we know who is my chosen. They should be tried as gold in fire. We got to go through that. Our elder here, the head of our camp, he always says we have to go through the furnace to earn this, man. We're going to have to go through that fire. But going through that fire, in the end, you're going to know who's the chosen, who are the true men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You know, that's the end game, man. Making it all the way to the end, fighting that good fight. No matter what it is, he throws at us or going to try to do to us, man, that we continue to hold on to this faith, man. Hold on to this truth. Because this is all we have in the end. And this is what's going to help us be delivered, man. The names of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and having that faith and believing in him and putting our trust in him, as well as having this wisdom and knowledge and understanding, because we're going to understand what's going on. We're not going to get caught off guard, but the rest of Jake they're going to get caught off guard. So when we see things about Trump deploying the National Guard, we know where things are leading to. But the rest of Jake, they don't. The rest of people in this world, they don't. They're still focused on their next work day or their next paycheck or the next weekend where they can go live in a folly, or the next trip they're going to go on. They're worried about worldly things, man. When this world is coming to an end, the world is about to change as they know it. Esau's about to change the whole demographic of the way of life. So let me grab this. This is Luke 21 and 20. It says, and when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. It says, then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter therein too. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. Yeah. And this was talking about 70 AD, man. So when you seen Jerusalem compassed about with armies, man, Yahushua told them, when you see the Romans coming and you see them start compassing Jerusalem with armies, get out of there. It says flee to the mountains, man. Flee into the wilderness. So this is the same mindset that we're supposed to have today. As we see these things happen, as we see E coming out with that great wrath, that we see E putting things in order to get ready to come up against us, then what? Flee. Not physically. There's nowhere for us to physically flee, but get ready to live a different type of life. Get ready to have to probably be off the grid. The scripture's talking about being pilgrims upon the earth, man. Get ready to be completely detached from this system. Because the only way you're going to be able to move an Esau system if you have that MOTB. So if you don't have that, you're going to be completely X'd out. So prepare for these things, man. And it says, for these days be days of vengeance, that things which are written may be fulfilled. So these things have to be fulfilled that are written. We're in the time of the Lord's vengeance, man. Because this is all love, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So these are the times that we're in. So that's the mindset you're supposed to be having right now. Preparing yourself for these things that are getting ready to come. And how do you prepare yourself? By arming yourself with his wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Seeking the Lord while he may be found. Because the doors of repentance and the doors of mercy are closing very fast. And once this truth is taken off the internet, man, once the prophets are not on the streets no more, when the truth is not accessible unto you, if you didn't use your time wisely, then you through. So make sure that you're using your time wisely. So that's pretty much it. Lord, when this video is edifying, I'm going to close up by giving our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Shalom.